Your body has been quietly adjusting something every single morning, whether you notice it or not. Not with noise, not with pain, not with some dramatic signal that demands your attention, but with light. The moment morning sunlight reaches your eyes, a hidden timing system deep in your brain starts making decisions about the rest of your day. When to feel alert, when to release energy, when to expect food, when to become sleepy later, when to store, when to spend. And if you happen to be walking while that light is arriving, something even more interesting begins to happen. Because now your body is receiving two messages at once. One says, the day has begun. The other says, movement is happening now. And when those two signals arrive together, your metabolism often becomes more organized, more steady, and easier to work with. And this is rarely explained. Most people think weight loss starts with cutting calories harder, exercising longer, or pushing the body until it finally gives in. But your body does not respond best to confusion and force. It responds best to clarity. And morning sunlight, especially while walking, gives your body a kind of clarity it can understand immediately. Behind the scenes, there's a small control center in your brain that acts like a master clock. Its job is to coordinate time across the body, not just sleep, not just wakefulness, but appetite, hormone timing, blood sugar control, body temperature, energy use, and even how ready your muscles are to handle fuel. You can think of it like the lead conductor of an orchestra. Your liver has a rhythm, your fat cells have a rhythm, your muscles have a rhythm, your gut has a rhythm. And the conductor's favorite signal is light. Not indoor light, usually. Not the glow from your kitchen, not your phone screen, not the lamp beside your bed. Natural outdoor morning light is different. It is stronger, cleaner, and far more informative to the brain. Even on cloudy days, this outdoor light is often much brighter than the light most people spend their mornings under indoors. That is one reason a simple walk outside can do something a treadmill in a dim room often does not do in the same way. It doesn't just move the body, it times the body. At first, this shift is subtle. You step outside, the air feels cooler, the light touches your eyes, your breathing finds a rhythm, your muscles begin contracting in a steady pattern. Inside, your body starts organizing itself. Alertness begins to rise in a natural way. Circulation becomes more active. The brain becomes more certain that night is over. The body begins preparing for energy use instead of staying half stuck between rest and action. This is one reason some people say a morning walk feels like it wakes up the whole body. That feeling is not imaginary. And within minutes, your muscles start acting like helpful sponges for glucose, pulling fuel out of the bloodstream and putting it to use. Your circulation improves. Your tissues receive a clearer signal that this is active time, not leftover sleep time. And your body likes that. It likes knowing what part of the day it is in. What most people don't realize is that the body is always trying to protect you from uncertainty. If your mornings are dim, your schedule is irregular, your nights are bright, and your activity starts late, the body has to keep guessing. And guessing costs energy. Not in a dramatic way, in a quiet way. A little more sluggishness here, a little more late-night hunger there, a little less steady energy, a little more friction around appetite, sleep, and cravings. Not because your body is failing, because it is adapting to unclear signals. Morning sunlight changes that. Walking strengthens that change. Together, they create a cleaner beginning to the day. Under the surface, this works a little like a thermostat in a house. If the thermostat gets the right signal early, the whole house adjusts smoothly. Rooms warm up on time. Systems don't overreact. Energy is used more efficiently. But if the signal comes late or stays confusing, everything becomes less graceful. One room is too cold, another is too hot. The system keeps correcting itself. And that is often what modern life feels like to the body. Too dim in the morning, too bright at night, too still early, too stimulated late. So when you walk outside in the morning, especially consistently, you are not forcing the body into something unnatural. You are giving it a pattern it recognizes. At first, that may show up as better alertness. Soon after, it can show up as steadier hunger. As days pass, it may begin showing up as easier sleep at night. And over time, that can influence weight in a much deeper way than people expect. Because weight is not only about the food you eat or the exercise you do, it is also about when your body expects action, when it expects fuel, and when it expects rest. If those internal expectations are constantly blurred, Fat loss often feels harder than it should. But if your body clock becomes clearer, then many things start becoming easier at once. You may not feel as driven to snack late. You may wake with more willingness to move. Your energy may feel less random. Your body may become better at switching between storing and spending energy at the right times. And what happens next is fascinating. Because the walk itself matters, yes, but the larger effect is what the walk teaches the rest of your day to become. A morning walk in sunlight is not just exercise. It is instruction. It tells the brain when the day starts. It tells the muscles to begin using fuel. It tells the internal clock to sharpen its schedule. It tells the body, very gently, we are awake now. We are moving now. This is daytime. That is why something so simple can feel so powerful. Not because it is extreme, but because it is clear. What's actually happening is easy to miss, because you cannot feel the clock resetting in real time. You don't feel the signal leaving the eye and reaching the brain. You don't feel the timing centers adjusting hormone patterns. You don't feel your cells quietly changing how ready they are to receive and use energy. But that hidden reorganization is part of why a morning sunlight walk can change much more than the number of calories burned during the walk itself. Quietly inside your body, morning light helps strengthen the difference between day and night. And that difference matters more than most people realize. Your body does not just need sleep, it needs contrast. It needs bright enough light during the day so that darkness can mean something at night. And it needs movement during active hours so that stillness later feels appropriate. And it needs a schedule that is understandable. When that contrast becomes weak, the body starts living in a kind of biological blur. You may still function, you may still get through the day, but internally, the timing becomes softer, less precise. And metabolism does not love vagueness. Think of it like traffic lights in a busy city. When the timing is clear, cars move, stop, turn, and flow in an orderly way. When the timing becomes inconsistent, you get hesitation, backups, wasted fuel, and frustration. Your metabolism works in a surprisingly similar way. Blood sugar control has timing. Hormones have timing. Hunger has timing. Fat burning has timing. Sleepiness has timing. Morning sunlight helps set those traffic lights. Bad walking helps get the traffic moving in the right direction. At first, the body becomes more certain that it is daytime. That alone can influence alertness, mood, and the natural rise of energy in the morning. Within minutes, walking creates a second layer of instruction. Your muscles begin using fuel. Blood flow improves. The body starts directing resources into action instead of staying caught in a sleepy, uncertain transition. That is why many people notice that an early walk feels different from the same walk later in the day. It feels cleaner somehow, lighter, not always easier physically, but easier biologically. Soon after, the effects may start spreading into appetite. This part surprises many people, because hunger is not only about an empty stomach. It is also about timing signals, sleep quality, hormone rhythms, biostress, and the brain's sense of what part of the day it is. When your internal clock becomes more anchored, hunger often starts arriving in a more predictable way. Not necessarily smaller at first, just less chaotic. The body begins learning, this is when we wake. This is when we move. This is when the active window begins. That can reduce some of the strange metabolic confusion that leads people to feel sleepy all morning, wired at night, and hungry when they least want to be. As days pass, sleep often begins to change too. Not instantly, not perfectly, but gradually. Morning light helps tell the brain when daytime starts, and that information helps shape when nighttime sleepiness should arrive later. The body becomes better at building a full day of wakefulness so that sleep pressure has somewhere to go at night. This is one of the quiet reasons morning walking can help with weight loss. Better timing during the day often creates better rest at night. Better rest at night often creates steadier appetite the next day. Steadier appetite makes healthy choices feel less like a battle. And suddenly what looked like a metabolism problem starts revealing itself as a timing problem. This is also where the body's intelligence becomes obvious. If sleep is short, if mornings are dim, if nights are overstimulated, the body becomes more protective. It may encourage stronger cravings. It may make high-calorie foods seem more attractive. It may conserve energy in ways that feel frustrating. Again, not because it is fighting you, because it is trying to help you survive uncertainty. When your morning routine becomes predictable, the body can relax that protective stance. A playful way to picture this is a kitchen. Imagine a restaurant where no one knows when opening time is. The lights come on late. The deliveries arrive at random. The cooks wander in at different hours. Orders pile up before the kitchen is ready. Everything becomes reactive. Now imagine that same kitchen with a clean routine. Lights on, doors open, staff arrives, stations warm up, ingredients move where they need to go. That is what morning sunlight plus walking can do for the body. The lights come on, the staff arrives. Then the systems begin in the right order. And because the opening is smoother, the whole day runs better. Over time, this affects more than just metabolism on paper. Mood may feel steadier. Morning dread may soften. The body may stop feeling so stuck early in the day. Movement can start feeling more natural rather than something you must drag yourself into. And that matters, because consistency is where the real change happens. The most effective health habits are often not the most intense ones. They are the ones your body begins to trust. A punishing routine may create effort. A rhythmic routine creates partnership. This is why the phrase resetting your metabolic clock is so helpful if we understand it correctly. It does not mean your body becomes a different machine overnight. Then it means your body gets better timing information. And with better timing information, many systems start cooperating more easily. You feel more awake when you want to feel awake. You get sleepy closer to when you want to sleep. You move earlier. You eat with less confusion. You recover more naturally. And fat loss, when it happens, begins unfolding in an environment that is far less chaotic. Eventually, the power of the habit is not in how impressive it looks. It is in how many systems it touches at once. The eyes, the brain, the clock, the muscles, the hormones, the appetite, the sleep cycle, the mood. All from something that looks, on the surface, almost too simple to matter. But biology often responds best to simple signals delivered consistently. And in morning sunlight while walking may be one of the clearest signals your modern body ever receives. Researchers once looked at weight loss mostly through a narrow window. How much food went in, how much exercise went out, how many calories were burned, how much willpower was applied. That picture was not completely wrong, but it was incomplete, because the body is not a calculator sitting on a desk. It is a living system that changes its behavior depending on time, light, sleep, movement, and expectation. And one of the most surprising discoveries in modern metabolism is that timing changes biology, not just habits, biology. The body handles the same day differently depending on whether it feels properly anchored to the light-dark cycle or slightly disconnected from it. That is why two people can seem to be doing similar things on paper, while one feels far more stable, rested, and responsive than the other. But what's often missing is rhythm. Now, to stay grounded, it is important to say this clearly. Morning sunlight walking is not magic, and it is not the only path to weight loss. Some people do very well with afternoon exercise. Some prefer evenings. Some schedules make early walks difficult. The body can benefit from movement at many times of day. So the point is not that morning is the only good choice. The point is that morning sunlight offers something special in addition to movement. It offers timing, and when movement and timing happen together, the benefits can spread beyond the walk itself. That is what makes this habit different. It is not only exercise, it is not only light exposure, it is both, arriving together in a way the body understands deeply. Gradually, this can reduce friction across the whole day. Yet you may wake with slightly more clarity. You may feel more willing to move again tomorrow. You may notice that late-night snacking loses some of its pull. You may feel that your body stops behaving like a mystery and starts behaving like a partner. Like this, if your body has ever surprised you. That feeling matters, because many people trying to lose weight carry a quiet fear that their body is somehow against them, but very often the body is not resisting, it is responding. Responding to dim mornings, to late nights, to irregular sleep, to low daylight, to scattered activity, to signals that make sense in isolation but not together. When you begin giving the body a clean morning cue again and again, it often responds with relief. Not immediately with dramatic fat losses, but with better organization. And in better organization changes everything. More stable mornings create more stable days. More stable days support more stable eating. More stable eating supports better energy balance. Better sleep supports better appetite regulation. And eventually the body starts moving in a direction that feels less forced. This is why consistency matters more than intensity here. A 20-minute walk done calmly most mornings may help more than a brutal plan that lasts 5 days and disappears. Because the body learns through repetition. Every morning, you repeat the same message, the clock hears it more clearly. Daytime starts now, movement starts now, energy can be used now, night will come later. And once the body trusts that pattern, it does not need to stay so guarded. A few gentle notes of caution matter too. If someone has heart symptoms, dizziness, severe joint pain, unstable blood sugar, or any medical condition that makes walking or light exposure complicated, it is wise to check with a doctor and personalize the plan. If sunlight is intense where you live, protect your skin appropriately. If your schedule includes night shifts or highly irregular sleep, the strategy may need adapting rather than forcing. The goal is not to copy someone else's routine. The goal is to help your own biology feel safer and clearer. And if mornings feel hard right now, that does not mean you are doing life wrong. It simply means your timing system may need gentle support. Start where you are. A few minutes outside after waking. A short, slow walk. No pressure to perform. No need to transform the morning into a military operation. Just light, steps, breath, consistency. That alone can become a powerful signal. Because this habit works with the body's design instead of arguing with it. It respects the fact that your body is intelligent. It trusts that your body responds to patterns. It uses calm repetition instead of punishment. And it reminds you that feeling better is not always about doing more. Sometimes it is about doing something at the right time. So the next time morning light spills across the sidewalk, and you feel that quiet invitation to move, then remember what may be happening beneath the surface. Your eyes are collecting time. Your brain is setting the schedule. Your muscles are asking for fuel. Your metabolism is being given a clearer map. Your body is not being pushed into submission. It is being guided into rhythm. And when the body finds rhythm, weight loss often stops feeling like a fight and starts feeling like a natural consequence of better coordination. That is the hidden beauty of the morning sunlight walk. It looks small from the outside, but inside it may be one of the most intelligent conversations you can have with your body. Have you experienced this shift? Tell me in the comments what surprised you most. And if you enjoy calm science that helps you understand your body more clearly, subscribe for more.